getting volume. Cause it's my new standard.
No, you're right.
It's live right now, so I'm logging in.
Sound check, good?
Yeah.
Good morning, welcome to the Troy Community Land Bank A&D Committee meeting. It is January 6th, 2025. I'd like to call to order our meeting. We've done our sound check, so we'll go into a roll call. Andrew Cooper. Here. Brian Barker. Here. James Mager. Here. We also have our ED Brad Lewis. And that's all that's required to be present, correct?
Right.
So we're gonna go right into the approval of the meeting minutes from December 2nd, 2024.
And also.
And the
September 10th.
the December meeting, December 2nd meeting, and September 10th A&D committee meeting. Do I have a motion?
A motion to approve, are we approving one at a time or both?
We can do
We
both.
can do both.
I motion to approve both meeting minutes.
We have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we're gonna move into discussion of, we'll start with the 791 River Street applications. We have two applications here. One, I believe to be complete. A second, we are missing some items. One is for 400,000. And the second is, we said, an email said 325.
It is
The
325.
purchase offer here, that says,
It says on the application 315, but they upped their offer.
they did, okay. I just bought.
Right, so it, obviously, we're using a real estate agent with the transaction, and she should be here at 8:45, but because of that, there's a standard form real estate agents use, and I believe the guy filled this application, sent it, and then, after discussing with his real estate agent, he actually went up to 325 and put a $10,000 deposit down. So I'm not sure if that 325 minus 10 is the 5% part of it. I'm not sure what the deal was, but he put $10,000 down in escrow for that 325. The things that are lacking at 325, he doesn't have his proof of funds to us, but of course, the real estate agent would have required that. So it's kind of an odd thing for us is that he didn't include all those things, but of course, his offer is $75,000 lower than the other one. And, when you consider them side by side, it would be, it's our fiduciary duty to accept probably the higher one if everything's equal.
Now,
Are they both local developers?
No, both of them are actually, I believe, New York City. The $400,000 offers person owns commercial property in the city of Troy, though. The 325 offer, I believe this will be his first time investing in the city.
He's got a Yonkers address.
Okay.
The 400,000, he has an address in 156.
4th Street, right? Is that what he said?
Yes, it is 156 Fourth.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
is that, we probably don't know if that was he recently moved, because I'm looking at the driver's license.
It says Brooklyn, yeah.
Still lives in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Right.
But it also is about to expire, so. He might not have gotten a new one,
Yeah.
he moved recently,
Mhm.
he might just figure it out.
And truthfully, it's been on the market for a couple months, and these are the first two
Yeah,
people actually put in good faith forward, so. Leah did describe a situation to me that she's seeing a lot of action from downstate people looking to come up and invest in upstate right now. That's most of the action on the market. I'm not sure exactly. If there's people in Albany or Troy or whatnot that are interested in investing in a property like this, but this is what we've seen.
The $400,000 offer says he wants to occupy the property with his own business.
Business, correct.
That's good.
So he would be the owner and the owner of the business.
Realtor stated that he wants to own the deli at 790. I'd like to make a recommendation to the board next week that we accept Mr. Ali's application. But can we not decline the
Right,
Yonkers offer?
I see what you're saying. So you have two offers on the table, and both of them, it sounds like both of them would probably be accepted as long as they meet the criteria you set out. Is affordable housing and that there's no contingencies on like the sale in terms of passing zoning or planning, that's what you're saying?
Yes, I think we've already asked the realtor the question. Mr. Ali is aware that we are not going to, the sale will not be contingent on approval.
Right.
Zoning nor plan.
Now, they're gonna be here, Teresa, representing Leah Whitco's office, will be here at 8:45, so we could, we have about 4 minutes, she could walk through the door, so you can make that motion at 8:59 or 8:49 before Brian leaves.
Okay.
So I guess small window.
Well,
We can,
No, yeah,
can we table 791 River for 10 minutes?
5 minutes in.
5 minutes,
Yeah.
come back to that when Teresa gets here?
Yep.
So we'll move to the 3215 Sixth Ave application, just a status update. That is
Yeah,
the application from Mr. Lozier.
yeah, I'll run through right all the discussion items, because I think they're one-liners.
Okay.
3215 Sixth Ave, I asked Matt to contact Mr. Lozier's, lawyer.
Mhm.
He responded that he was contacting him. Lozier reached out to me saying he hasn't heard much, but he's excited to move forward. So that's where that is.
Okay.
17 Park Ave, obviously, it's listed online. We had a little bit of a stir. One person was asking questions about it, but then saw the pictures online and said maybe it's a little more than he thought. But at the same time, we have new construction going down the street. There's quality investors already on that street, so depending on who's interested in doing that rehab, I don't think they're going to be alone in the city, where I think it's gonna be a good neighborhood moving forward because of the new construction and the local owners that are on that block. One of the more interesting things for this meeting is I would like to make a recommendation to the A&D committee to recommend to the full board to bank the properties at 834, 836, 871 River Street and 33406 Sixth Avenue to develop all the way, given that we have $1.7 million or $1.5 million left of LBI funds, phase 2, that we can use towards these complete developments. We did get an application for 33406 Ave that was incomplete, but I think 3340 is one of our better properties in terms of the roof is brand new. The bedrooms are largely mapped out already and the walls are ready to go. We did have to evict the tenants of that building when we took over that building. So tells me that there's some part of that building that's livable in some capacity. In fact, we had to get squatters out of there too. So I think we could that'd be an easy lift. The other ones on River Street might be a little harder. I mean, the one that's at 834 is probably easier because it's already has the sheetrock. There's already, the electric works there. It's odd. I mean, we don't get a bill for National Grid has to send us the bill. But you can easily develop some of those things. So I would like to recommend to the AD committee to bank that for complete development and get Paul working on the environmentals for those four.
3346 Ave,
Mhm.
before the next board meeting, can either you and or Paul go in, make sure electric and I know it's hard to determine if the stuff behind the walls is sufficient,
Mhm.
but give us your recommendation. Like, power's good to go. Water main would be good to fire up and not have to essentially, is it a cosmetic?
I don't think so. I think you're gonna redo the
You would redo
kitchen
our-
and bathroom.
So we already know
Not the
that going.
bedroom so much, but the floor.
Okay, okay.
You're gonna have to paint everything too.
and so when you say full development, you mean full,
Like
everything
people move in with keys.
move-in condition.
And then we can sell to an owner
because-
occupied.
I get.
Yeah.
My twitch was, I feel really good about, River Street. And then, we got 2 offers and that was our plan. That was a building that there was a building there, right? And we were gonna.
Yeah.
And then the foundation was no good, and then
Yeah.
5 years later, I can't wait till it's, we're so close. And at one point, we did discuss like, oh, we're not doing that again.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, things are different, right?
Yeah,
Like,
well, in my mind, the new build, commercial new.
that was different too, yeah. I'm not against, we need to make sure that we're very careful
Mhm.
getting into I'm excited about the projects. And yeah, we got a good amount of money that can really have an impact, and that's great
Mhm.
to use as much as we can wisely, and it
But let me add
just
this.
makes me a little nervous.
Yes, let me add this.
And
If we don't use 75% of our LBI phase two money, we can't reapply for new money.
Right, okay,
And they awarded us 1.7, and this fall and winter, we spent probably 250,000. We
Right.
need to spend about 1.3 more million dollars in order to reapply.
Right, which is why we moved forward with 791. I'm just telling you that. But that's why we did 791, because we had to spend money.
Yeah.
yeah, and we
So,
should.
It's
I just
just,
want to make sure we do it.
I feel
do
much
it well.
better
Mhm.
in the situation we are now, the team we have.
Yeah, I agree, and I agree. Yep.
Especially with stuff that's a little more low hanging fruit, like
Mhm.
just let's fix it up.
As long as we know it's low.
Sorry to be running this late.
If we decide to move forward with banking these three.
Four. I think they're
Sorry.
834
Yeah,
is separate.
it's two separate units. Would it be safe to say 3340 is the safest lift?
Yes.
Okay.
And 871, if we finish that one, my strategy, because it's commercial on the first floor, it's
Yeah.
a bar, would be that we could use that as our office space. That would be a bigger strategy, but
And then be landlords for the.
second floor,
A lot. I mean, I like the big, I'm excited
New year,
about
new us.
big plans.
Mhm.
I like the 871 bank because as I've shared with everyone, the adjacent vacant property is something I would like to utilize to do
Mhm.
when we're in a position to do like what TAP. is.
Exactly, and that's sort of the idea is that
If we're there, we keep an eye on it.
when
would be,
we apply for our next round of LBI phase two,
yeah,
we can earmark the project of next to 871,
Yep.
similar to TAP, if we want to do condos or smaller owner occupied places or in general, anything that we want to do next to that, we will be on site every day next door. That's and that's what TAP's doing. They have a building, I think it's 220,
222.
222 Second Street. They're using the first floor of the community space, which we would also be able to do because we would have a full bar.
Could
space.
you do that upstairs? Or would you put the offices upstairs, but
I don't think so.
not big enough?
Well, we could.
Okay.
I think that's all to be,
Yeah,
to be determined.
we get it
But-
designed, but I want to get it banked so that office.
Yeah, I'm not just because we probably need to move on or move back.
Yep.
Right. I'm not against that recommendation. I'm just thinking ahead, like we very careful to not get into a similar situation and
Yeah.
So
do some really solid assessments of current conditions. I mean,
Yes.
yes, go check them out, but then as we're programming and planning, whatever, like
We'll cut bait if we
yeah,
need to.
be careful.
Yes.
So we can recommend to bank these to the board, but cautiously move forward with development, correct?
We won't develop if the numbers don't work.
Okay.
If it comes to a place where something's a demo property, like 871 needs to be, we're not gonna spec build. We would just move on to spend our 1.4 over at River
Yeah.
and 3340.
This is essentially planning our strategic plan for 2020.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that I would like to make a motion to recommend to the entire board to bank 834, 836 River Street, 871 River Street, and 3340 Sixth Ave for complete development.
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, we're gonna go back to 791 River Street, because Teresa just entered from Coldwell Banker, and we had some questions.
Hopefully I have answers.
I think the biggest question is I think the gentleman's name is Mohammed.
Yeah.
He's the Florida.
Ali Mohammed or Mohammed?
Mohammed, I think,
He understands the affordable restriction and he's not against that.
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm coming from a place of not speaking to him. So
Yeah.
I'm just knowing what Leah had passed along because she spoke to him.
And then the other thing is, this offer is not contingent on him getting his potential deli passed through planning or zoning.
No, I believe that it's just a matter of, as long as you guys approve it, we'll move forward and then it's up to him to do whatever he needs to do after closing.
What are the things that could make the deal fall through? As long as we approve.
Was this one the one that had financing or
It
there's,
showed he had the money in the bank.
yes, there's no mortgage contingency. So really, in this contract, it would be just a matter of, we showed proof of funds, attorney review
Mhm.
and title. Once title comes back.
Make sure there's no liens.
Yeah.
Do we have a CO at this?
We have, yeah,
See,
yeah, provided the CO to
Yeah.
you guys.
Yep.
For the second and third floors, yes, obviously up at the first one.
do you think you could, when's the next board meeting?
The 15th,
15th. So could you have an answer for Brad and the board, before then, if he understands the.
I could probably get you an answer later today. I would call him and say, hey, are we on?
Mhm.
I want to make sure we're on the same.
Yeah, and the AMI, just be
And
clear,
I can be at the meeting if you.
Yeah.
need to be on the 15th, you said?
the 15th.
Wednesday, the 15th.
Yeah, 8:30, yeah.
City Hall.
We're having a good one too.
It's a good one.
It's a good meeting.
What time is that?
8:30, so just at 433 River Street.
Same place you guys. All right, so with those questions, someone answered. Anything else? Andrew, Brian?
I don't think so. No.
Dan, I'd like to make a motion to sorry.
I want a clarification. What is that amount that he needs to, rent?
So I think it's gonna be less worried about the rents, because the rents are gonna be like 30% of the person's income. They can't be
Okay.
spending more than 30%.
Okay.
But the amount of money the household makes, if it's a one person living there, AMI is about 80, I think it's 82,000.
Okay,
And if it's two, it's probably like 90,000,
okay,
because it's a 2 bedroom.
okay.
If it was four, it'd be 107. So you can't rent to somebody making $250,000.
Great. Do you have that chart that you could send over?
I could, yeah.
So he'll
Yeah,
send
just
you,
so that it's
Yeah,
really.
it's based on the HUD, yeah.
it's all spelled out.
And the numbers can change, right? Like
Every year they
Every year they'll change.
Every year they change based on the area median income. So they aggregate at the capital district and they find who's in the middle, 50th percentile, and that's the AMI.
And I'm guessing that would not, if it did change up or down, it wouldn't affect the current resident. It's not like
Right.
you have to leave
Right.
to get somebody in here that fits this bill. It's just
I
a
don't think
matter of
right.
whoever's new coming in at that time of the change.
Yeah, yeah, it's like if I get a raise, I have to leave my apartment. It's a very,
Right,
Odd
yeah.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Okay, yeah, if I could just get that and then I'll make it very clear to him that this is the situation.
Okay.
And I can, 15th at 8:30, and that's where we were.
Yep.
Down the street.
Mhm.
With that, I'd like to make a motion to recommend 791 River Street for the sale to Mr. Ali's application.
Well, I think we recommend to the board that we
Receive.
recommend.
we want to move this application.
Right.
We want to move that section. We want to move the
Yeah.
application forward to the full board to make a decision
Yeah.
on 791 River Street.
Mhm.
Andrew seconds. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Cool. So the only thing left are the flow chart disposition policy, but honestly, there's no need to rush that stuff. And I know with Brian and Jamie, your time limited today, so
What changes did he have to make to this, if any?
well, I made the, just cleaning up where habitats.
Oh, so it was just grammatical.
Right. But there's no need to push it through. It's just gonna add another thing and make a meeting. We can always do it next month.
So I'll table that.
Yeah, works
Is
for
that
me.
all right, Jamie?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Then the only other thing is the A&D meeting for next time is February 10th. As long as you guys are okay with that. I just moved it a week back to be away, so,
We need a full report.
yeah.
Am I not-
You're all set. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was
Appreciate you
lovely to
coming.
see you guys again.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. The meeting is adjourned at 8:56.
Guys, I gotta run.